might want to turn your Wi-Fi off at night when you're sleeping. These are important considerations. Again, the further you are away from the technology, the better off you are.
I'm David Wolf, and I'm here to tell you about what got me here.
This is David Wolf, raw food enthusiast, nutrition expert.
I've really had a passion for it for almost 25 years.
Greetings everybody, this is David Avocado Wolf. Welcome. We're going to be talking about 5G and how to protect yourself from the dangerous EMF environments we're in all the time. It's all around us. There's wires right here. You can see all of these plugged in right here. That produces at least 2 volts. That's affecting me even over here. So we're talking about some of the technology that you can use to protect yourself. First thing and foremost about electromagnetic fields, or EMFs, and 5G and the whole thing, 4G and every generation of Wi-Fi, radio technology, and of course cell phone technology. What's the most important thing? The distance you are away from the field. So the field decreases by the square of the distance that you're away from it. So it tails off very rapidly is another way of saying that. And that means if I'm on my phone like I am right now, I'm not actually touching my phone. It's over here, I'm over here. So I have a reasonable amount of protection from it. The further I am away from it, the better off I am. The further you are away from even wires in the wall, so you can see those tubes up there, they contain wires. Obviously this is a whole array right here of plugs. That actually will emit EMF even when it's not being used. Same with anything plugged into it, even if that's not being used, including like a lamp next to your bed. So it's important to consider all these things. For example, like, hey, maybe it's time to unplug anything that's near you. It could be an alarm clock, it could even be a lamp if it's close to you. Just because it's acting, that wire that's even attached to that lamp that's going into the wall, the wire itself is acting as an antenna to the electromagnetic field. So you might want to pull that out and give yourself a little bit of rest. You might want to turn your Wi-Fi off at night when you're sleeping. These are important considerations. Again, the further you are away from the technology, the better off you are. One of the things I wanted to show you is that I do carry certain things, like I have a lot of shungite around me. Up over here I've got a shungite pyramid. This is shungite, the great Russian carbon-60 containing super defender of aberrant electromagnetic fields, including radio and Wi-Fi and everything else. Does it really protect you? Does it really work? Well, I like having it around me, and definitely the more of it you have around, the better you feel being around all these different frequencies, and especially the high frequency stuff, the megahertz and gigahertz frequencies, which we're getting exposed to more and more. Another thing that I do carry around, this is a gift from a friend of mine, these are all like gems and jewels that are in there. Topazes, amethysts, sapphires, what else is in there? There's emeralds in there, all kinds of little jewels and rubies and just things. You can see beautiful stuff in there, beautiful stones. It was a gift from a friend of mine. He just came over to my house. You know, that's a good friend, by the way. Somebody comes over with bags of jewels and says, here you go. And I carry that with me, and I keep it close to my cell phone. It does have some kind of dispersal thing about the electromagnetic field. There's something very special about the great stones and gems of our world, and they do protect life. And electromagnetic fields in their aberrant state, and the sine wave state that we see, the cosine and sine wave, is corrosive to healthy life, whereas other types of electromagnetic fields could be better. Now let's talk about grounding technology. Right at my feet here, I do have a grounding pad, so I'm going to get that and show that to you. And I do a special thing here, which is it really feels good. It's really nice, actually. So let me just show you here. A friend of mine made an orgonite piece like that. You can see all the incredible resins and metals and everything that's in here. This is a cool piece of orgonite. I like having orgonite also to disperse and minimize electromagnetic fields. Orgonite connotes Wilhelm Reich's discovery that these formations of resin with metals and designs in here, like little flakes of copper, for example, and even gems and precious materials on the inside, can have a positive effect in improving the overall environment and dispersing aberrant electromagnetic fields. Here's my grounding pad, so let me just show you that, and that's plugged into the third prong. You can see here that goes to the third prong of the system, the plug system for this office. And that means it's connected directly to the ground. If you don't know about grounding or earthing technology, I'd really recommend it, because once you're grounded or earthed, you are much better protected from aberrant electromagnetic fields. Another way of saying that is if you're barefoot, you're better off than if you're not in most environments. Let's just say outside of a city. When you're in a city, even the ground can carry current from all the electromagnetic fields that are running in it or near it, including cable TV, etc., those types of things. I could go on and get deeper into this, probably do that more in my inner circle. I just wanted to give you a quick download on some of the key pieces of information. One last thing I do want to mention is, like with my phone here, I want it unplugged when I'm using it. When you are plugged into a wall, the amount of electromagnetic field that's hitting you could be 4, 5, 6 times higher. So just playing around with your phone, it might be 100 millivolts or less that you're getting hit by. As soon as you plug this in, you're getting hit by 1 or 2 volts or more. It could be even more than that, especially if you're touching your screen. So all your devices, your tablets, your computers, and your phones, you should use those when you are unplugged as much as possible, especially for children. You don't want these things to be plugged into your device when you're using it. Again, a lot more on thebestdayever.com. Go check that out. That's my inner circle. That's for my core group. If you really want me to get into that deep, I'll go in for hours about some of the things I like to do, including EMF protection jewelry. I've got EMF protection clothing, Rudolf Steiner's whole take on how to protect ourselves from all the electromagnetic fields up around us, what it's doing to us very specifically, all of that kind of stuff. But I wanted to give you a quick download right here, right now, just here on YouTube and other social media sites. So thanks so much. I'm David Avocado Wolf. Subscribe to my YouTube page, like, comment, share, and you can subscribe to my email as well, davidwolfe.com, W-O-L-F-E. Go visit my page and sign up to my newsletter. That way I can get you information. The censors are out, and they're out with a vengeance. So they're very concerned that you might get information that would violate the hallowed halls of the system. And it's terrible, literally terrible results in protecting our health. Anyway, have the best day ever. Cheers.
Success is persistence. I will persist until I succeed. I will never consider defeat. I will remove from my vocabulary such words as quit, cannot, unable, impossible, hopeless, and retreat. For those are the words of fools. I will persist until I succeed.